Breakfast time. Morning, folks. We're getting a little late start this morning. Stopped while we're here in Polly, went ahead and did laundry. We hadn't done laundry in a while and got everything nice and clean, so we're good. I want to sort of give you guys a little bit of a view of Polly, New York. It's a beautiful little town. Maybe show you what we're walking past up here. But all the store names have the same look. Gorgeous town. Go to CVS real quick. We'll be back on the trail in just a little bit.
See where that exit sign is? What's that?
All right. Okay, we are back on the trail. Started back at the Dover Oak. Just didn't video it. Got a little field walk right after it. Today is June 27th. Starting a little earlier than we thought we would, considering we went in town and washed our clothes, spent some time in the laundromat, went to CVS, took care of some business there. And still back on the trail by 10:30. Not bad. We'll likely get somewhere around 12, 15 miles today. Had a pretty severe thunderstorm came through last night. Got rid of some of the dust. But boy, did it bring up the bugs. Still a rather pretty section of woods. And pretty easy walking, it's not bad at all. Beautiful section of forest getting ready to go through. Okay, when you go through with all the conifers, it just has a totally different feel. You know what? I just realized I hadn't acknowledged the trail this morning. So now it's been acknowledged properly. Got some more bog down there, or swamp, or whatever you want to call it. Looks like we're getting ready to take another boardwalk through the bog or swamp or marsh. I think they're marsh if it's salt water. Not sure exactly what the difference between them are. I just call them all bogs. This one's not quite as clean as the last one we saw on the edges. But it is nice that you got a boardwalk and they don't make us walk through the little 2-board wide walks. Ah. Okay. With the grass, you could hear, Mike could hear him talking back there. We're trying to figure out what those little 2-board walkways are. They're called puncheons or punthions, or not exactly sure how to pronounce it. I guess we could look it up later when we have time. Right now, it's just, suffice to say, it's the ones that you've seen plenty of them, where we walk on 2 boards. As high and thick as this bog is, I'm just glad we have something to walk on, period. This is higher than my head. These things are probably about 10 feet tall, maybe even 12, considering I'm 2 feet off of them. Kind of like walking through a maze. Got another railroad crossing here, and actually this is what I call the railroad crossing. This is a railroad crossing where you can actually stop. The train will pick you up, take you to New York City. Interesting looking silo. Yeah, it's going to be we were told we've got quite a bit of field walking today, which isn't bad. Today's only supposed to be up in the mid-80s, so if this were one of those 95-degree days, it'd be really bad, but not too bad today. Well, folks, this is bushwhacking. This is the trail. Apparently there's not a lot of maintenance this time. Beautiful section of woods through here. Sorry about the helicopter flying over, but can't do much about that. These things are so slippery when they're wet. I actually have two different trails that run through this section. As you can see, haven't seen this in a while. We've got the white blaze, which is the AT, and a red circle, and I'm not sure which trail that is, but it's apparently following the Appalachian Trail in this section. Which is one of those sections, again, that I wish more people would come through, because it's mighty overgrown. Oh, I also wanted to talk to you guys. I had a couple of comments. One of my earlier videos, I made the comment that we wanted to be done by the end of August, and I think that raised a couple of eyebrows because I did have some comments that came out wondering if that's a hard stop. And no, it's not a hard stop. It's one of those things, we just set a goal to be done by the end of August. If we don't make it by the end of August, it's not the end of the world. We're certainly not going to quit hiking because we didn't make it by the end of August. We're going to keep going until we get done. We prefer to be done by the end of August because it starts getting cold up on Mount Katahdin and up in Whites, up in that area. So we'd like to get done before it gets cold. We started early so we'd have the cold in the front and not at the end, so I'd rather not have it on both ends. But like I said, if we don't make it by the end of August, we're certainly not going to stop. There's nothing that says we have to be home by that date. Neither one of us have a job to go back to. I'm retired. Bluegrass is deciding what he needs to do with his next phase of his career. So we're committed to finishing this thing. Seeing it through. This is the H.E. Wiley shelter. I mean, this is right on the trail. As you can see, there's the trail, there's the shelter. They got tent platform down in there. Picnic tables, we got another tent platform here. Privy down there. Nice shelter, but not where we're planning on staying, so we're gonna move on. Finally, we got a place where the water is pretty and clear, not green. You can tell it's coming from a spring and not feeding through a marsh. Man, a little mushier than I thought it would be. Yeah, we got to get across here and the bridge is washed out. So this ought to be fun. I think we can get across most of the way. I think we may be able to get across this with dry feet. That sure is beautiful water there. Ah, made it with dry feet. that is. Or what purpose it serves. This is absolutely gorgeous. We're only about 3 miles from being through with New York. It's a good send-off from New York. Maybe 3.5 miles. I know we have another big climb before we get over it, or get out of it. So it's going to give us one more workout before we get out, but it's beautiful right now. Well, folks, look what we're getting ready to cross. We are officially done with New York. So let me step over here. On this side, you're leaving Connecticut. And to make matters even better, somebody left us a water cache over here. But you know what this means when we get over here. It says, welcome to Connecticut. I'm gonna have to wait till Bluegrass finishes his filming. But, let me turn this bad boy around. So we got us both in here. Good job, good job. All right, so that's another state down, folks. So here's the first Connecticut challenge. I'm laughing because I could see Connecticut's just because we crossed the state border doesn't mean a lot. They're gonna have the same type challenges, but this one's a whole lot smaller than a lot of the ones we saw in New York. It doesn't hurt my feelings a bit. Nope. There's a pond coming in here. Close to the road, as you can tell. Trail Club here takes pride in getting it nice and pretty, at least by the road crossers anyway. I just had to stop for a second. That made such a beautiful picture right there. I just told Bluegrass, I said, hang on a minute, I gotta take a picture of that. That is gorgeous. The way the light's coming through it. Had to get this in here. It's another beautiful picture. I told Bluegrass when I stopped, I told him, oh, it's another pretty picture. He said, you like those hemlocks, don't you? I said, yeah. Just a different look from all of the deciduous trees we've seen. Gives the forest a whole different appeal. They got arrows and signs point and everything. This trail club, apparently they make sure that everything's right, because they've got signs making sure you don't miss anything. And look out there through the forest. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, we just left one state, just came into the other, just crossed the line, and normally you can't tell any difference, but my goodness. It's like we went into a totally new ecosystem. I don't know who built this stairway, but I thank them, because this is nice. But it is kind of strange that no farther than we've moved, we've always teased that somebody forgot to tell the Appalachian Trail when you cross borders that things are supposed to stop. And you're like, well, the rocks are supposed to stop when we came out of Pennsylvania, but they didn't. But you come out of New York into Connecticut and it's like, wow, everything's changed. Except for the hills. That's a pretty cool bird out there if I could hold my camera still enough. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? There's our friend back there if you wanted to. He's just standing on the rock. Not sure what kind of bird it is. I thought it was a blue heron at first, and then I saw those white whiskers on him, so I don't know what he is. This is the excuse me. Beautiful up in there, isn't it? Shelter's up there, but I don't think we're going to go to the shelter. There's some more campsites about a tenth of a mile down. We're probably just going to stay at the campsites. But this whole area is just gorgeous. This is one of those days where we pretty much have to cut our hike short. We're only going to do like 12 miles. We'd love to do 15. The problem is, if we don't stop here, there's not another campsite for another 6 or 7 miles that's posted. Now there could be some stealth sites that we could find, but we're taking a chance. Folks, this is camp for the night, and a beautiful campsite it is. We got Digit and Hummingbird over there. This is the campsite. Got our bear box over there, so I don't have to worry about hanging a food bag tonight. Got us that. Got us a privy over here with the moon on the door and everything, so we're good. And look at the forest behind the privy. Isn't that gorgeous out through there? Sun setting over here. But I got one more surprise for you guys, and I'll show it to you in just a minute. Okay, I said I had one more surprise. Camp is right back there, as you can see. See a few little things back in there. That's our camp. See the little tent right in there. But then I turn around and look what's right beside us. Isn't this gorgeous? I'm going to sit right here on this rock. On this rock right here that you guys can't see. If I can get my flip-flop off. Look what a view I have. And look what I get to do. I can think of a lot worse ways to end the day, can't you? So this is going to be it for today. We'll be heading out bright and early tomorrow morning. Nothing to delay us in the morning. It's supposed to be clear skies. It's supposed to be down in the upper 50s tonight, so it's going to be a cool night. Going to be perfect for hiking. We got about a 1,000-foot climb right off the bat. Other than that, this is Bandit. Might hang out here for a little while, but we're still heading north.